Huh?
My mic's not on.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the socially unacceptable but sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I'm alcoholic.
Matt, I'll go.
Matt and Jonathan. What's going on, guys?
What's up there, fella?
Holler in, fella.
Here we go.
How you living, baby?
Already.
So we hit double digits last week.
Yes.
Holla, holla for a dollar.
Is that what we did?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Remember,
Did you just go up?
follow, like, subscribe, and share. You like the way I put that in order? Follow,
Yeah, follow us.
like, subscribe, and share. Share.
Fucking
Follow,
follow.
share.
Follow us down the yellow brick road.
And comment. Our brother Jonathan is going to tell you guys how to do that.
Ooh, that's wet.
It's not wet.
Why does it feel wet?
It's because it's cold.
Oh,
You know what that is, right?
yeah, it's the mic stand thing. Instagram, Subs Podcast 1. YouTube, at Subs Podcast. TikTok, subs.podcast 1. We are now on Snapchat. I haven't posted anything, but I heard that's where it's at. Subs Podcast is at Snapchat.
He's
And
real,
email, we're at subspodcast1@gmail.com. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, follow us for sure, so you get notified of new videos.
Yes. Again, follow, like, subscribe, share. Hit us up. Suggestions, comments. Speaking about comments.
Speaking of comments, so we've got a couple new comments from last week. I'll run through those babies right now. We're running and gunning, baby. We're
Yes.
on red. Yes,
Yes,
Lord.
Lord.
Yes, Lord. We are running and gunning tonight. We're all hopped up on Red Bull.
Thanks, Red Balls.
Sorry, getting to it. All right, so there was one from my aunt that was up here that I want to shout out from our episode 9, Gratitude. Aunt Nancy.
Aunt
Nancy Monaco. I'm an episode behind, but this one hit home. So much to be grateful for, but we get caught up in what we don't have. I needed to hear this. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aunt Nancy. Shout out. The whole family's watching. Shout out, Tina. Jesus Christ, Matthew.
Shut the. This doesn't want to work. Go ahead.
You just got to tighten some things.
I'm done.
You're not done. You're never done. Then we've got,
Thanks.
I hear Dino's grunting over
Yeah,
there.
that was exactly what was going on. That's not what I wanted to do, but thank you.
Subs Podcast. All right, episode 10, our service episode had 4 comments. Manny, another great episode. Jay Del Cruzia. Is
My
that
brother's
say your
son,
last name?
Delacrezia.
Della Cruzia. I remember that one time. And fuck then. It's supposed to be them cops. And he also said, "Oh, the twinkle in each other's eyes when you guys look at each other is so cute."
What?
That's what he said.
Who said
Your
that?
brother said that shit?
Your brother.
My brother? Thanks, John. Appreciate that.
The twinkle in our eyes. It's beautiful. I love it.
I love that kid, man.
And that's what we got, baby.
Shit,
all we
thank
got
you.
That's all we got.
Wow.
We got 4 comments
Comments
this
are way
week.
off this week.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for comments. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for following, liking, subscribing, and sharing. Please do more of that stuff, everybody. Tonight is follow, right? Tonight is a topic night, and I think tonight is Jonathan's.
Yes, sir.
And it also is going to be Jonathan's One Time Bro, which is the segment we do at the end of the show.
No pressure.
No pressure. So yeah, John, what's up? What do you got?
So I got a topic tonight for us.
I hope so.
Resentments.
Oh boy, the number one offender.
I'm out.
Resentments, yes, the number one offender. And I thought about this one because man, resentments are what kept me sick for so long, you know. Just blaming everyone and everything for my issues, you know. And it started, you know, they say like defiance is our key character defect.
No, it's not.
No?
No, just get it. Go ahead.
And at a young age, man, before the alcohol was even in me, dude, like I was just a defiant kid, and it was that controlling thing where like I would cop resentments at like mom, not so much dad, because he didn't really tell me what to do. Mom was more the parent, and would tell me like not to do excuse me, something, and I would immediately like have to do
Absolutely.
that. And that carried through to like when I started experimenting with weed and smoking in high school and then drinking. My mom literally, she became like president or like a member of this thing called Sober Homes or Sober. It was like, yeah, because of me, because of like, it was to reduce,
My mother came up with that shit. There'd be some shit there.
to like curb to curb underage drinking. But I was friends with people in other towns, so I just went there. I mean, it had no impact other than it like promoted me to be more defiant and build a resentment and like all this stuff. And for the longest time, those were the people that stuck with me, you know, like after I would get out of a treatment or a detox. Mom was there to pick me up.
Right.
I was like, you fucking put me here.
It's your fault.
You put me here.
I'm the worst mom.
What did you do to me?
It's because of you I'm like this.
Yeah, this is you.
I need clothes though. Bring them to me.
Yeah. And I need 20 bucks
Can I
for the
get some
vending machine.
cigarettes? Mom, please, can you bring me some cigarettes?
Yeah, I need rollies. That's currency. And I remember I had this. So my first experience at rehab was pretty hilarious. I was on my way I went to detox, and the whole time I was in Danbury as MCCA doing detox, and I had detoxed at home.
Wait a minute. So you were involved in Danbury way back when?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had Connecticut roots?
Yeah, I mean,
bit.
Brewster and North Salem was right on the border.
right.
Yeah. So that was the quickest one they could get me into. So I was in there, and
This kid needs help. Get him in.
yeah, get them in fast. And I still, that last night, my Aunt Linda was there. And I still had a couple bags on me, and I was like, I gotta get right. I was like, I gotta do laundry before I go. And I'm like in the basement trying, and then somebody walks down the stairs because they're trying to keep an eye on me that I don't fucking jet. I was like, oh god. But anyway, after our detox was over, I remember there was a guy in there that had snuck some Suboxone in, like boofed it, and it was hiding. I know, and he was hiding it in
Had a funny taste.
in the things. He was hiding in the ceiling tiles, and he was sleeping like the first 3 nights, and I was not sleeping at all. I hadn't slept a wink. I was like, God, I know. And I'd taken Suboxone before. I got to get one of those. So I went up in the ceiling tile. I got a piece on.
When you was sleeping, you stole his shit?
Just a little bit, just a little piece.
Good work.
And I slept that night, and then I was like, I just gotta make it. I gotta make it another 2 days, and I'm good. I'm out. I'm home. I can fucking just be comfortable. Yeah. So my dad comes and picks me up that last day, and I was like, you're counting the days to get out of the detox. Oh, yeah. And I get in the car with him.
7 days?
Yeah, about 6-7 days. Small methadone taper. I was like, didn't touch me. And we're on the ride home, and he passes. We go 84 to 684 to get to North Salem, and he passes the 684 exit. I was like, oh God, where are we going? Dad, surprise! What are we doing?
We
here?
going to get something to eat?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, all right. Because the whole time I was in detox, this one counselor was trying to push me to like go to a residential. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. No. Nah. I had never been before. And so my dad kept driving. Then we're passing that prison on the side of 84, whatever that women's prison I think is on 84 in New York. I don't know. It's a big prison. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? And then he finally, breaks it down like, dude, you're going to rehab, regardless of if you want to, And I was so fucking pissed.
God, yeah, dude.
Negotiating my way out of this, like, come on, what do I got to do? And then he dropped me off there, and I was still sick. I felt like shit. I was in this like
Week's not long enough.
And this place was a shithole. It's not even there anymore, but it was Riverside Support Center. And God bless my Aunt Nancy. She helped fund this endeavor for me. But I remember getting there, and I was just so pissed off. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll make the best of it. And it was just like, it was my first experience in rehab. People were getting high in there. It was co-ed too. So I was like all over the place. But I did it, And then I got out, and I was like, see, I did that. Like, I did this. So now I did this for you guys. Yeah. Wrap it up. Let's get back to huge. And then it would happen again. And a lot of my resentments that kept me sick were those resentments against the family. That like kept first.
Those are our first ones.
First ones, dude. Like they kept fucking with my shit. Like I remember that one time I thought I had it worked out. I had the heroin maintenance plan figured out.
Yeah.
I had like the amount I was going to use, how much I could spend a day, and that lasted like a whole 8 hours. And I was like, well, I got this figured out now.
Fucking record time, right?
Yeah,
there,
let me just do a little extra today. I'll get this plan started tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then it would be them saying like, you need treatment.
You had the plan last week. It lasted about an hour. Your plan.
We'll play.
Oh no, the recipe. He had the recipe last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 3 beers, a shot, and a hit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the maintenance
20
plan
minutes.
4 hours of shit. It didn't last.
Gotta go. My plan just ran out.
So I yeah, those were the people I had the resentments against, man. Those were the first ones, and then it boiled up because I had resentments on people that I would use with, and I had resentments at people because like I felt like nobody got as fucking sick as I did. Like people would be able to like go without for a couple days, and I'm like, I'm gonna murder somebody. Yeah. And I'm like, how are you not sick? And one of my dudes, one of my buddies, would just sleep it off. I was like, bro, I can't sleep. How are you sleeping? Now he's not going to have anything for another 3 days. And now looking back in hindsight, maybe he was just lying to me and he had shit, and that's how he slept for 3 days.
Yeah. And you don't even know if maybe he wasn't really
Hooked like I was.
Yeah, or he was and you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Good serum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a good cheerer, yeah.
Never. So
I know people like that.
that was resentment
One of them.
in active use or those things. And of course, you know, when I would get arrested or I would get pulled over, it was like, what the fuck? I always hated them. You know, like I was always very scared because I was always doing something wrong, but I was always so pissed off at like, what the fuck? Why me? Why do I keep getting caught? Everybody else is getting fucked up. My first DWI, the cops drove Murph back to the bar. I was like, what the fuck? He's got a bag of cocaine in his fucking sock. I mean, obviously I didn't tell him that.
You
but I was
sure
like,
you didn't tell?
no, I didn't, because he had a great night after that. And I got my first DWI, and I was like, what the fuck, man? I know a lot of people, even my buddy Rob we were talking about doesn't have a license right now. Listen, man, we're gonna fix this real.
Will you get the fuck off my microphone?
I can't focus with the microphone.
Well,
you
work
just
on that.
twist the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
This
twist it.
whole thing.
No,
twist.
righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yeah,
Come on.
there you go, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Props.
But he doesn't have a license, but he doesn't have a fucking felony. Like, I was like, what the, you know, like, what the fuck? I always thought, like, and then it translated to, like, you know, they took that shit from me. They took my license. They took my, they put me on probation. Yeah. It wasn't until sobriety that I started to realize that I'd given most of that shit away. If not all of it, I'd given away.
Yep. You shared that here.
It didn't leave there. The resentments continue on in recovery. I was resentful against groups that I didn't like when somebody would share, and I'm like, "Fuck this guy! What the fuck is he talking about?" You know, I would have resentments against people. Like I remember resentments.
Must be extra.
This dude,
Those real good resentment right there.
resentments, the resentments. Oh, the resentments of long year past. There was this dude, I think his name was Rich. He was an old timer at one of the meetings. And I had announced at one of the meetings, because Ashley brought me to a lot of the meetings, that, you know, I needed to give my wife a break and get some rides for people and shit like that. And he was like, yeah, man, you call me whenever. And I remember the one time I got the balls to call him. He was like, no, he answered. And he was like, I can't. And I hung up the phone. I was like, this mother. And this guy is like the nicest guy, genuine dude. And I was like, this motherfucker. You know, what am I doing this for? And so, yeah. And now I don't keep resentments as long. I still have resentments, mostly against like normal people in the world, you know. And I realized there, but for the grace of God go I, you know, like.
And they're not growing anymore. Like we don't keep them and grow them and grow them and grow them to the point where we already have the whole physical fight mapped out in our head. When they're going to take this right hook, I'm going to duck and I'm going to uppercut. I'm going to put them to the, you know, I had the money to get out of prison. I'm going to take care. It doesn't go there anymore.
Yeah. Well, mine was, I had the verbal piece ready, queued up. You know, I was obviously not going to,
You're not physical.
bringing it to a fist fight.
I'm all about physical, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid.
You never heard of that.
Fucking stupid. But yeah, dude, resentment's killers, man. You know, it's funny that you were talking about the guy who couldn't pick you up. I had a resentment about a guy who did pick me up. And you know Bam Bam, right? It was snowing, right? And I was living at my mom's, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to a meeting. Hey, do you have a couple of dollars that I could put in a basket? She's like, are you sure they're having a meeting tonight? It's snowing like 4 inches a minute. I was like, no, they don't close them, Ma. They don't close them. So I finally get $10 from my mom.
Wow, for the basket?
Yeah, because she didn't have any ones, right?
Perfect.
I
So,
told you to bring her the change.
but during that, I'm calling people for rides. But I'm like, nobody's going. And I call Mark. Mark's like, I'll be right there. I'm like, he ain't fucking coming. And you know how he got, bro. She showed up. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this motherfucker's ruining my whole plan tonight, man. Because I was, snowing. Snowing is get down time.
Yeah,
City, bro,
There's nowhere else to go but get high.
But they're out there, bro. Because
But
they
up.
know we're coming down,
Oh, yeah.
So,
Cops ain't going.
Yeah.
cops ain't going to handle this shit. So,
Yeah.
but the resentments, dude, I remember my mom was at the top of my list. And by the time I got done with that, I felt like such a piece of shit for resenting her all these years.
I know.
Like, I resented this lady for loving me and wanted nothing but the best for me.
And caring about it.
You know what I mean? And I look at it on paper and I'm like, I can't even believe that she's on my list right now.
Definitely deserve to be hated.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, all she wanted was for me. Yes, she could have maybe said things a little bit differently, but she was just being the mom that she knew how to be. That's it, right? In my head, what my mom expected was perfect soldiers. Like, sir, yes, sir, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Don't make no mess. Don't get no like perfect. And when we were just a little bit not perfect, she would get upset. You know what I mean? And that just would I'm like, there's nothing I could do to make this lady happy.
Yeah,
Nothing I could do.
Never.
Ever. She was the lady that would be like, if I got a B plus, you could have got an A.
Oh, yeah.
It's a motivational thing for parents back then to say shit like that, but
It
you
really
know,
wasn't, even though that's what they wanted to do.
that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They wanted to motivate you. Was it really working?
Not so much.
You know what I mean? You were actually making a future list.
Yeah. It was abuse. It was borderline abuse.
It was borderline. Why can't you be more like that smart kid over there? See, he gets A pluses and everything.
Get the wooden spoon
And
now.
I'm like, damn, no matter what I do, she hates me. She hates me. And once I got to this part of my life and I'm writing it down, I'm like, before I even could get to even half of that, I'm just like, should she even really be on the list right now? Like, I feel bad even having top of the list too, not just like the third, fourth name. This was the woman why this all happened to me.
Capital letters.
Yeah, Mom. M, capital O, capital M. Her part. And then I go to the other part, and I'm like, kept looking at there, and I was like, well, it's not really that.
Yeah.
She just really just loved me, man. You know what I mean? And she wanted the best. And I couldn't see that she only wanted just a great life for me. You know what I mean? And like we just said, saying it the wrong way. You know what I mean? We weren't a real hugging and loving on the outside verbally family. We didn't. I love you, Ma. I love you too, baby. Have a great. We weren't that, but we knew everybody knew we loved each other. Italians, man. You know what I mean? You don't have to say it. You just show it.
Don't touch me.
My father, same thing. Just like a resentment towards him because the first time I got arrested, he told my mom that you should just let him rot.
Oh yeah, that was
I'm like, what a fucking asshole.
that was Pops.
What a piece of shit. What the, and then the family all the time. You need help and blah, blah, blah. What about your son? And what about this? And what about that? And you? And it's just like, man, oh man, oh man. So when I got to this part of my recovery in my life and I started making this list, and I don't know, maybe it was because I'm ready to see it, but it was like I didn't even have to go any further than
100%.
You know what I mean? It was just like, I don't even think I even need to do this. I see what a fucking piece of shit I am already before I even get to the piece of shit character defects of it.
You want to know something?
It's fucking crazy.
Obviously, the steps were written in order for a reason.
Right.
But if you really get involved in this thing and you really do utilize it, it's working in your life. You begin to do a lot of the work. When I tend to start to do these steps, I did not have a difficult time.
Me neither. Not
Because
this last
I
time.
was fucking so ready.
Yeah.
Because I was told and I bought the idea that that was my salvation. My freedom was going to come from them 12 steps and doing that work.
Yes.
So how could I get into that with the fears and the resentments and all the, maybe not yet. Fuck you.
Fuck that.
I need to be up in that.
I ain't sleeping no more. Man.
Right. So I was thinking, as soon as Jonathan said resentments, and then he went to talk, I don't know, and I don't even like to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Normal people in the world, they really don't get resentments. Like the deep resentments that we get.
Yeah.
They get upset with people, but they have a way to handle it. They deal, and I don't like a good old alcoholic or drug addict. I'm honing my shit.
We're getting high off them.
My resentments are shiny. I keep them
God.
fucking polished. And the more that I have been blessed to stick around in this process, that's not to say that I don't get mad at people.
Of course.
It's not to say that I don't have a little something linger in my brain for a week. But the baggage, the weight of them resentments, it's not in my life at all anymore.
The manifestation of them.
Yeah.
The making them this humongous mountain of nothing. It's a fallacy of this thing that will take that thing and be like,
Yeah.
Plus, there's no action following it, too. You're not acting on these things.
Right.
You're not, executing the plan that we have devised in our head. I remember my mom didn't allow drugs in the house.
what a bitch.
What a square. And she had kicked me out at one point. She had kicked me out of the house, but she was still so kind that she didn't kick me off the property. So my grandparents, my grandpa used to come up with my uncles and hunt. Hunting season, they had an old camper that was just parked in the horse field of
Oh,
the.
you got to live in the camper?
But I was a resentment against that.
Yeah.
I was like, I got no running water. I got no electricity.
How dare she?
How dare? And I'm still getting high
Got my heroin, though.
in the dark,
The sickest people on earth, bro. I swear to God, we are, man.
It is sick, and it's a poison, man. It's that poison that keeps us fucking sick. Like what they say, the secrets keep us sick. That's 100%, man. Like anything that I'm not talking about, I'm not sharing, and I didn't understand that either. Like why is telling you my problems gonna help anything?
You know the crazy thing? I'm going to bring it back to my parents. The last time I came out of Whaley, I was already planning on going back to live with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I have
I think I know where you're
I have nowhere else to go. And I get there, and they're gone. They don't live there anymore. They moved, took all their shit. They changed the number they had for almost 40 years, 7565087 203. They had that number for almost 40 years. They changed it.
Oh my
They
God.
moved.
They
They
didn't
got in
want
touch with
nothing.
anybody and everybody that could possibly I can get in touch with and said, please, 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 do not tell them where we live. Please, please. I was like, how could they do that?
to me.
How could they do that to their firstborn, their baby? You know what I mean? And I held on to that, bro. I was like, if I ever see them, I'm gonna. Now, mind you, dude, my mom was riddled with cancer, going through crazy hell herself. My father, the woman that he lives for, is dying in front of him. But yet,
Make it about you.
make it about me. Oh, it's always about me.
Yeah.
Today, thank God, I realized that was the best thing that they ever did to themselves. Like, again, once you started writing it on paper, it's like, what am I even doing this for? Like, and like you said, right before getting and staying sober, these were already worked out in my head. I mean, I'm talking about like uncles that said something when I was like 14 years old, and I just held on to it. If I ever see anything again, I'm going to tell them this. And it's just like, man, wow. Just like, I don't even want to get to my part. I really don't, because I'm already feeling my part. I'm feeling it. What did they say? And this is what I did my whole entire life with resentments is, here's the poison,
Yeah.
and now watch waiting for you to die. Yeah. I'm going to drink the poison and watch and wait for you to die. Like, we're the sickest people on earth, man.
How did you guys do that? Your fourth, like, did you followed that?
The book.
Yeah, the book.
I did it on a book, And I also did it another way with a sponsor years ago, and it was almost like it was kind of like write your life story.
Right. That's
right.
Based off that.
Right.
And, I think at the end of the day, and I do believe this, there'll be people that will disagree with me. I don't care how you do it. Do it.
Honestly. Yeah.
100% to the
100%.
best of your ability.
Absolutely.
You do it honest. You hear a lot of people, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but you hear people go, oh man, I'm on my fucking 15th, 4th, and 5th step. Okay. I don't understand that. For me, I did a 4th and a 5th Fugazi style.
That's a Fugazi.
And then I did a 4th and 5th when I was ready. And then I do a 10th step every day. I do the maintenance so that I don't need to go backwards into that. I keep my process fresh.
Now, how do we keep it fresh?
I don't know, aerosol cans?
Lysol.
The bitch. Helping other people go through it. Right?
Doing the work. Always continuously doing the work.
Dude, when I talk to the guys that I work with and ask them how is it going with the guys you're working with,
Yeah. What are you talking about?
oh, no, they're just like, dude, like I never realized, and it's just like, wow, we're doing this. Both of us are doing this again.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that part, the 4th and 5th, I still get more out of it.
Of course.
I always still get more out of it. It's just like this thing is so beautiful that we have, man. It's just so beautiful, man.
Well, the thing, just to get back to, I said this last week. I'm probably saying it every fucking week. The second he said resentment, I was like, oh, victim mentality.
Yeah.
Like all these things are just so enmeshed into one another.
And he said it. Getting arrested, resentment towards the cop.
Yeah.
The cop who's doing his job,
Yeah.
saving all the citizens around in a 10-mile radius is from your ass.
From me.
You know what I mean? He's the dick.
Yeah.
I got a chance to tattoo a cop last week.
Oh, nice.
And she was fucking mad cool. And
Oh, I know. She came in one time when you were working on me.
no.
No?
Okay. It's a new client.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who the fuck are you talking about.
Strike that one.
Remember there was 2 cops inside your shop one time. And we were kind of talking shit about them a little bit. Like, what, shouldn't you be outside, like, arresting criminals and shit? One was a female.
I don't fucking remember.
It don't matter.
Anyway,
Focus.
Moving on.
while I was working on her, I don't care who I open up to.
Right. Right.
If the situation, that's one thing about that goes on in my shop, as you guys both
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
All the time, there's many meetings left and right. Even if people aren't in recovery, they either hear something about me or whatever they can. This thing is getting a lot of people to ask me questions, or it's, oh man, I saw the podcast. No shit.
Yeah.
Right away it's like, so it's giving me more opportunity. Either way, I got to talk to her about being on both sides of the coin, of being a piece of shit criminal, resenting what she represents, stands for, and then flipping that coin and becoming a guy that understands
And respects.
what she goes through. I don't get what I hear people. Okay, 17 years sober today, thank God, right? How does this sound if I come out of my mouth? Fuck cops. I still hate cops.
Yeah, there's a resentment still in there that you're not.
That doesn't make no kind of sense to me.
Doesn't
That
sound sober.
If you're living a sober life, how are you fucking walking around like that?
Yeah.
So when I hear these people, first a part of me goes into the criminal mentality. I think to myself, you wouldn't even squash a grape in a fruit fight, you pussy. So why don't you shut the fuck up? You understand?
Tell them how it really is.
Right away, I think about like that. Why you
Violence.
Why you hating cops? You want to talk about hating cops?
yeah.
You got fucking 911 on speed dial. So shut the fuck up, But just to think that, like, why you want to walk around? I don't hate anybody today. There's a lot of people I don't like.
Oh, yeah.
thoroughly
But would we help them if they needed help
in 1 split second.
like that?
And I don't care where you are, who
Doesn't
you
matter.
are, where you come from, none of that.
It's our responsibility.
And I don't need to know your name to help you either.
Nope.
You know? But yeah, I always just find that comical when I hear these people, hanging out to all that anger, and you don't even know what you're doing with it. Like,
You're killing yourself with it.
yeah.
You're really, I mean, again, it's drinking poison,
Yeah,
hoping that somebody else's health hurting from it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, those resentments, man, they are wicked bad for us.
Wicked
as
bad.
recovering addicts and alcoholics. And they don't serve a purpose. Like I've realized now when I'm angry, it's like the acceptance piece.
Let me ask you the question though, because you literally went ahead of something I was gonna say.
Oh.
Because you said they don't serve any purpose, but when you exercise them, they feel like they do.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, man, that's like the fucking warm fucking coat I've been looking for. Yeah. Slip these resentments on, and now I feel better.
Justifiable anger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
You don't realize you're killing yourself daily, and you slip into that victim mentality. You apply that role into your life, and now I deserve to be mad. Look what these people did to me. And then when you first brought up resentments, I thought about, what about the resentments that I used to carry about people I didn't know?
Oh,
I
you
didn't
mean the
even
kid who
know
just
him.
pulled up in a Beamer at the gas station?
Yeah.
This is a fucking
God,
show
I
off.
hate myself for ever being like that.
Yeah.
I don't hate myself, but when I go back, I'm always like, man, I was such, like, I would just hate people just for being successful.
I would hate you took a shower and I'm dirty. Look at this motherfucker got the nerve to show up here in clean clothes.
You know, if you had a nice car, it was your mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what you did for a living. I don't want to know. Oh yeah,
Look at
it's
this guy
fucking-
driving his
fucking-
mom's car.
His mom's Beamer.
And I'd be all right to spit or piss on it.
And don't leave it on if you're going in that store,
Oh,
homie.
no. No, I stole so many cars. I borrowed so many cars like
Borrowed, yeah.
Yeah. Extended lease from Avis.
Free rentals.
that. Rentals.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that brings it, what I was saying is that brings it to a point of like, if I'm starting to nurture one of those resentments, where's my acceptance of shit at? I'm deeming something unacceptable to me. Unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I feel it. Then that's closed-minded. I don't know.
Yeah. And that automatically goes to what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Because
what is
obviously
about me?
something's wrong with me. Because nothing's really ever wrong outside of me. Outside of me is always going to be what it's going to be.
That's just life.
It is what it is. That's life out there. So when it's kind of swaying me off my beam, I always have to look at myself. And that's step 4. Is always at the end, we have to look at myself. Where is my part? What is wrong with me? What is my defect here? Why am I feeling like this is this kid's mom's car?
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't have one? I don't have one because of me. You know what I mean?
Because I didn't put in the effort to get there.
Guy didn't date his mom. Unbelievable.
Did you ever see that? I mean, you guys probably haven't, but there's a funny little video about this guy. It's a video game they're playing, and this guy's like, talking trash, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna fuck your mom, blah, blah, blah. And like years later, this kid grows up and he's got a stepfather, and he's looking at the stepfather and he's looking, what the fuck is your username? And he's like, yeah, I came through. This was a 10-year resentment. I fucking guess what I'm doing? I'm banging your mom now.
That's beautiful.
But that's an alcoholic type thing to do. Nurture that bitch. We're going for the long game, you know what? And I'm gonna
Respect it.
yeah.
And you said it. I still get mad. People still act
And that's okay.
in a way where it's just like, damn, I can't get them out of my head. I'm letting them rent space in my head, but I'm also building this thing up.
Right.
I'll go with relationships, in my sobriety, I've made some very bad decisions. You know what I mean?
Co-sign that. Of course.
And Matt will definitely there every single one of them.
I'll go sign
And
that as well.
I've had to jump off second story balconies to get out of them, sleep in cars, start over again in my life, and it's really hard to not sit. It's really hard to not sit there and say these bitches, man. Like, look what they did to me.
These
You know what I mean?
bitches.
It was hard to not do that, but because of the work that I put in here, that didn't last long.
Right.
There's no even there's nothing. You know what I mean? I want nothing but the best for people. Where'd that come from? I used to be the guy who would still hold on to that stuff and wish them I hope they fall down the stairs and snap their neck. You know what I mean? Something like that. And today's just like, man, when I found out that one of my old girlfriends got married, and I'm like, damn, that's awesome. I hope that they're happy as hell. You know what I mean? I'm like, where the fuck that shit come from? Like, that's not me, but it is me. It is me today.
It's now.
I don't want nobody to have to go through hard time. I want people to do well. Where'd that come from, man? That came from doing the work here.
It came from you achieving an inner peace that you didn't know
Yes.
existed. Because I can't be happy or wish well on someone if I'm not happy and well inside.
Yes.
That's the thing. And
Yes,
you know,
Lord.
I always want to be that guy that thinks the right way and does the right thing. Meanwhile, I'm so fucked up in my head. That's not achievable. You know, and like they always say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I always meant well, but I was so polluted inside in my train of thinking. So scatterbrained that I could have put two good thoughts together.
Yeah.
You ever try to do like a comic strip of our mind sometimes? It's like there's a lot of sparks in there in mine. It's always like zzz, 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 like we're trying to connect these two wires that don't belong together. Didn't work. That's how I picture, like, if I had to do a cartoon version of my brain, it'd just be
spark.
like a lot of like, oh, what do you call that burnt when it gets burnt? The
Short circuit.
No, but you smell it. What's the smell? There's a name for it.
But
I don't know.
There's electricians out there. Shoot a comment. Let us know what it is.
What's the name?
But that smell, that's what I feel like my brain would smell like if it opened up. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, see, I told you I was messed up.
You know, I was telling Matt and Ashley this when you got here. Like, Ashley even said it this morning. You're on one today. I just started this morning like, woo, you know, just loopy. I was ripping and roaring and
no, it was Friday. I didn't get a call.
fucking around. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what. No, not that. And then I got home and I was still going, you know, me and Ashley talking on the phone on the car ride home, and, you know, I'm defying this shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to help that. You know, and of course I know I am. And so I get home and I'm cleaning. I got the music going. Something else is, you know, you got here. I was fucking changing the camera. That was not part of the plan. That was not, a plan.
It was jamming out the
But
M&M.
Dino gets here, and all of a sudden I get better. Like, my focus improves. And
yeah.
I think his...
It's me.
Your ADD solves mine. I've got something to focus
There
on.
was no compliment coming on that.
No.
I didn't even know I had ADD.
Yeah, you're
What?
focused me, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, it got me.
I will
in
say
line.
this. He did say that out loud.
Yeah.
I did not hear Ashley co-sign it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, thanks.
Did you think it improved now? It's just a irrational thought. Another one of those irrational thoughts.
I smell fire.
Yeah. It's the smoke. Fire alarm's going off.
Oh man.
So to bring it back to focus, like I hear on the both of you talk, and as much as we, I always say we do talk about it, but I don't think we talk about it enough about how integrated we are into each other's lives. And if you think that you could achieve any kind of better life on your own, man, you're going uphill. It's an uphill battle.
Well, what do I say all the time? When I'm alone, I'm with an idiot. I'm with
yeah.
an idiot, man. And I stay alone too long. I say this to Maritz all the time. I need help. She'll be like, what do you mean? I'm like, you left me out in the society by myself. I'm like, I don't know what I'm spending a lot of money on shit we don't even need. Like, I don't understand how to behave out here.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, just go home. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. I gotta get out of public. I'm not doing well out here.
Yeah.
I'm alone. I'm with a freaking idiot right now.
Yeah.
But what I was getting at is that
Do we need a swing sweat? A swing sweat.
is that if any one of you is exercising the idea that you might have a resentment, someone else is getting a phone call.
Oh yeah.
This is what's going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll laugh at each other
Yeah.
and then talk about it
and move on.
and then literally move right on
right
from it.
Oh, I had one of those recently. Chicago.
Yep.
Just like, I gotta go to fucking Chicago. It's spent a week doing this dumbass shit. Great time.
Crazy. I always
Great
laugh
time.
when I'm the voice of reason in a conversation. That shit still trips me out because like I'm supposed to be like, fuck that dude up.
Yeah.
I'll show up and help you.
Yeah.
Dude, you know
Fuck
what?
it.
Somebody was asking, kind of not asking, just venting, and they go, "What do you think?" And I'd be like, "I would have told that motherfucker." I was like, "But listen, I'm not really supposed to say that.
Right.
I'm not. What I'm supposed to say is, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I'm perfect and I'm the one who's. I probably would have acted the same way, man. You know what I mean? I probably would have acted the same. We are human beings, man. We are human beings. We are not perfect, and that was a big problem in the beginning of my recovery. Is I thought I had to be perfect at all these things.
Oh, yeah.
And when I wasn't, I would beat myself up to the point where I don't deserve and
You're a piece of shit. Still.
piece of shit still, you know, a piece of shit. I am human though. Surprise. I guess I was the last one to find out.
Surprise, 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 surprise.
But yeah, resentments. Man.
One thing I do a lot of when I know that I'm about to enter into a situation that could potentially turn into a resentment, like I spend praying, man. I'm praying. I'm talking. I'd like call, Jonathan, I'm going to call you. Like, man, I'm about to go see this motherfucker. I can't stand him. Because the more I can air it out, the less the opportunity for me to come out there with a resentment will be.
Yeah.
No.
You know, a lot of times I go into situations in life unequipped, unprepared, and that's gotta happen up here. You understand? A lot of times, I work with a couple of new guys, and they're just starting to get the feel to talk about things that is going on. And then, like, one of them is like, man, I still feel kind of fucked up. I'm like, I get it. But you're starting to see the results of talking. If you don't let that poison out of your mouth, it continues to circle in your head.
And turn into a circus. Yeah.
Well, I love the fact, and I used to bash this and balk at it all the time about talking about shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's not going to work. You understand? Like, that doesn't fix my problem. You understand? My problem is still going to be a problem, whether I talk about it or not. It's
Well,
still
that's
gonna be
what
a
I was saying
It's going to
too,
be a problem. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I've learned
Guess what it is?
It's a problem.
That's a problem.
So I've done that. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. It's still going to be a problem. It's like, and it's worked out. But now when I hear people actually doing that, I go, oh my God, they like the more I talk about my thing, the more the right answers come out of my own mouth.
Yeah.
And I would be like, oh shit, I needed to just get it out so I could hear it.
Out
You
loud.
know what I mean? Or if you have the issue and you tell me and you're going on and on and on, I'm like, so you know what to do now then.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, already.
You know, like
we always got the answers.
all the time.
We just don't want to dig for them.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny when people are like, yeah, I know I haven't been going to enough meetings and I haven't really talked to my sponsor every day and this and that and this. So I'm going to have to start doing that, but I'm having a really hard time. And I go, well, then cool, man. You spewed
found
out
the
all the
solution.
answers.
All the answers.
Yeah.
All you got to do is do that now. That's it. Pretty freaking simple. Next.
And I think sometimes it also makes people leery to talk.
Of course.
Because I don't want to step on my own dick. I don't want to say something I'm going to have to fucking...
Answer to, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I got to perform against, well, if shit didn't work out. Well, did you do what you said you were going to do? No. Yeah, but I don't know. That's really fucking tough, man. I don't.
I like when they say, I know what I should do, but I'm probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you... Why?
Why not?
Why are you going to not do that? You just said the right thing. Why are you going to do the opposite?
But then we know why.
Of
'Cause
course.
How many times have we had to drill us into our friggin' skulls, man? Yeah.
It ain't wired right,
Smoke.
man.
I wish we could come up with that whatever that word is. We'll get that's like I was sharing my story in White Plains of that road, and I couldn't remember the road that we partied on. Sure enough, one of the dudes commented on Spotify and was like, Mamaroneck Avenue. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That was
I
it.
hope next week when we go to read the comments, they're going to be like, it's that.
Yeah, please, electricians,
Yes.
tell us what's wrong with our brains.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, I never bothered to ask an electrician. Can you fix my brain?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe you
not
just
wired
gotta
right. There's some
lower the
short
voltage
circuit
Definitely
there.
not wired right.
I think I have the wrong fuses in there.
The amperage is a little off.
Yeah, resentments, man. They're killers, man. They're killers. They kept me sick forever, dude. You know what I mean?
You know, what do you think cultivates? What do you think cultivates the resentment the best? Because I talked about it just a minute ago, and as you said that, it popped right back into my brain.
What cultivates it the best?
Yeah,
What cultivates a resentment? Well, me.
just staying quiet,
Staying quiet
keeping it inside.
and building, because it'll build.
It'll build on its own.
Cultivate.
That's
the word.
right.
Okay, now I get the word.
Yeah.
Now I get
Yeah. It'll grow.
the more
But
sizzling.
because I want to keep all this shit to myself.
It feels
I can't-
good, dude.
Yeah, but even though it feels good, once in a while I want a little chink of the armor. Like, oh man, I can't let these guys know what the fuck I'm thinking. I'm supposed to be the guy that's got my shit together here. I don't know when I ever became that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But now I got my shit together, and there's people that are looking at me.
Yes,
so
yes.
now I can't open my mouth anymore. Or
Think-
I can become the guy that says, you know what? I care about being sober. I care about being healthier more than what I'm going to look like.
Absolutely. And I love that the longer timers do that.
Right.
So it shows me that's what I need
I
to
always
do.
think about Joe.
Yeah, like
Always.
Joe.
All the time.
Always, because
Props to
no
Joe. What
matter
up, Joey?
how much time he shares it,
Brings it.
the way that, and you know, that's what I love about. We got a pretty hardcore crew in that one meeting, as Jonathan likes to call the
men's spot.
He called it the men's show the other day. I like that.
The
I
men's
liked it.
show.
The men's show. The man's show.
But there's a bunch of us in that meeting with time and never put an air of caution to just putting it out there on the floor the way that it is.
But the crazy, it's not even crazy because it's just how it works.
Is that?
It's crazy.
The following week is like, yeah, that thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This is what I did. Got through it.
Yeah.
Got through it.
Did it.
Done.
Yeah. I know what I should do.
One.
You didn't hear that from him. I know what I should do, but I'm going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
I'm gonna sit in my.
I know
shit
what I
for a
should
while.
do. I'm going to share it here. I'm going to get suggestions, or I'm going to hear my own answers, and then I'm going to apply that stuff. And next week I'll come back and be like, "Thanks for listening, guys. I really needed to get that out, and I thank you for the suggestion. And I applied it, and I got through it, and we're here."
Or I love the guy that goes to 25 people and asks, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because
Waiting for the right
I'm
answer.
waiting to hear what I need to hear.
Go kill him.
Looking for that cosigner on that bad
knew
check.
it.
Whose car we taking?
Yeah. and this is no secret too for anybody out there that's listening that's in the Connecticut area and you want to know where this men's show is at, just shoot us an email. It's no secret. I would be happy to give you the
It's a
time
good spot, man. It's a
and
good spot.
date and address of it.
The where and the when.
Yeah, all that shit. And it's free 99.
It's a crazy bunch of guys. But that was a good topic, John.
Thanks,
That was a
man.
really good
Good
topic.
job, buddy.
They're always good topics.
Thanks, pal.
And
Appreciate
they're
it,
always
Dad.
good topics, and I like how one topic
I don't
does
feel the sincerity in that.
Thanks, Dad.
how one topic always goes to it. Always. It could just mound up in topics. But yeah, that was a good topic. Resentment, #1 offender, man. Very, very poisonous. So again,
What time
guys,
did we start?
52.
52?
Uh-huh.
Over 52?
We started at 7:52.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. 7:52.
I got lost with the 52.
Lost in the sauce, baby.
All right, guys, don't forget, follow, subscribe, like,
He's good.
share.
He said the order right.
When I heard the order the first time, that's what I do, man. Follow, like, subscribe, and share. Share. Comment, suggestions. If you need help, we got a guy. If you don't feel like walking into a room full of strange people that look like us and talk like us, I don't blame you. Hit us up. We got a guy. We can get you help. If you think you know somebody who might need help and you need some suggestions, get in touch with us. We can help. Tonight,
If you're curious.
if you're even curious,
Someone shared a thing. I talked about it last week,
Yeah.
right? I love the way she said it, though. It don't matter if you're in this thing. If you're thinking you might have an issue, you know, this is designed for a better way of living. This isn't not necessarily locked in because you're a drug addict or you're alcoholic.
no.
But everybody could use a little bit of help. Everybody could use a leg up to make their life better.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I have become a fan of whatever works for you, man. I don't care what you call it, what organization it is. It's church. It's this. It's that.
Yeah.
Do anything, man.
Yeah.
I am a fan of you getting better.
Better.
I don't give a fuck what way you do it.
I like you said one time in a meeting, this is the only place you'll come where everybody's pulling for you. Man.
That's right.
People you don't even know are pulling for you.
That's right.
When I go into our literature, I read it and I'm like, dude, these guys were pulling for me, man. Way back, they didn't even know. I wasn't even born yet. They were pulling for me. You know what I mean? I love that, man.
And a program ready to go for us.
Ready to go, man. So yeah, man. Follow, like, subscribe, and share. Comment, suggestions,
I'm looking for it.
all that cool stuff. Tonight, One Time is going to be sponsored by Jonathan. I can't wait to hear it. Hopefully, there's no dicks in it, but whatever. Jonathan, what do you got for your One Time, bro?
If I'm ever into One Time, there's always a dick in the story.
It's cute, right? Not so much.
Did I guys? So one time, bro. Because Ashley's here. Was there any? Did I ever tell the story about how I tried to get Ashley to smoke crack? No. All right, so that's my one time, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so mind you, Ashley's been with me for 10 years, and
I'm sorry.
5 of those years I was still a fucking lunatic that was on drugs.
Yeah, you got to throw. By the way, I was on drugs too. On top of all that.
Always a lunatic, just on drugs too.
So we had met up in the Catskills. That's where I took my geographic, and I was working at a ski resort for a while, and I was renting this apartment from a friend of mine, and renting like when I was like able to pay
For free.
Yeah, and so I met Ashley at work, and we started talking, we started dating, and this was kind of early on in our relationship. I was not a full on addict because I just couldn't really afford it, but I had already found the dude in the neighboring town. Now in the Catskills, shit's not like
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute ride away, you know. So when I would stack up, I'd make a weekend out of it, or I'd be like, yeah, I got the next 3 days I'm gonna be on heroin. That's cool, you know. And he also sold crack, so that was cool. And one-stop shop. Dude, this motherfucker had goats in it. It was the weirdest fucking house. Like, I walked in there, it smelled like shit.
Like, yo, I got 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, some goat milk, goat cheese, whatever you need.
Walking
Bro.
through, I was like, what the fuck? But whatever. I didn't give a shit. You know, it was legit. So one time Ashley was at the house chilling, and I was, you know, on a heavy nod. And at this point, she had probably found some of my stuff by now. Like, yeah, she had an idea what was going on. I thought it was such a good hider, you know, rigs under the heater.
Only against yourself.
Yeah.
It's the only person you hide shit from. It's like, shit, where'd I put that?
I got a great one time for that.
So I get to the point where I'm like, I'm pretty fucked up, you know, I'm pretty knotted out. And I didn't convince her, but I told Ashley, like, I know what'll fix this. I don't know what'll fix this. You know, I gotta get some crack. And I asked to take her car, and she's like, what, are you crazy? You're not taking my car. First of all, if you leave, I'm gone. This is my saving grace. I had Cooper at the time, and Ashley was in love with Cooper. So she felt bad for him because I was going anyway. I was going to get a crack, like barely breathing and able to see straight. So she wouldn't let me take her car. So I took my car and I drove out there, and she was about to leave. And she tells me like the thing that kept her there was Cooper. It was like, just like, so she stayed. She's like, well, if fuck him, if he doesn't make it back, who's going to take care of the dog, you know? So I go out there, and mind you, I'm so heavy in a nod that thank God for guardrails, because I'm like nodding off, and then I'd wake up against the guardrail and be like, oh,
I thought you said gargoyles.
No, guardrails.
What fucking century are you selling the story in?
I get there.
Transylvania and the castles? I mean, what the fuck?
They got gargoyles at Catskills?
Yeah, they got gargoyles all over the Catskills. So I get there, I get what I need, and I get right immediately, and I'm like, but
Brand new.
told you that was the solution. How did I know? So I zip right back home. Lo and behold, Ashley's still there. I was like, oh, she really does love me. You know, like she's sticking around, you know. So I get inside and I'm sitting at the little half of a kitchen table I've got there, and I'm ripping and roaring, ready for conversation, completely ignorant of the fact that she was about to leave, like, why are you still here?
all
So,
that,
yeah, I forgot all that. And I was like, right there at the kitchen table, I was like, baby, you want some of this? This stuff is fucking awesome.
It's delicious.
It's fucking awesome, man. I don't normally share this.
That's how good it is.
That's how good. You want to try it? And she was like, no. So that was my, Ashley did not smoke crack with me.
Probably a good thing.
That was
Fantastic
probably a good thing.
A fantastic thing. And
On the scale of good things.
by the grace of God, she stuck with me through that, and more pain and suffering to come.
That's crazy, dude.
So that was my one time I tried to get Ashley to smoke crack with me.
And there was no dick in the story. Love that.
No
Beautiful.
dick.
No dick.
Just the glass dick.
He got it. He did it.
Oh, nice, John.
did it.
Nice,
Slid it
bro.
right
Putting
in
in the
there.
glass dick in there.
Nice. Slid it
Yeah,
right
dude,
in there.
yo.
See what I did there? He slid it right in.
The trying to take people down with you
Yeah.
is bad, man.
And making it sound like it's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Get on this bus with me, girl. I
Yeah.
got the crack express.
I remember being at a party one night. A party. We were smoking crack in a fucking cellar, and
Sounds like a
this
bang.
guy shows up and he brings this girl he just met at the bar, and she was like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, what's this?" She's like, "Oh, I've never done that before," and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna love it," and I go, I went nudged her. I go, you don't want to
Yes.
you don't want to do this. She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm just saying you don't want to do this."
Yeah.
Well,
We're
she-
in a fucking basement.
well,
Look
she
at us.
yeah, and look at us, dude. You
Look
see
at where we
fucking
are.
party hats and streamers here, balloons, or do you see this?
Everybody looking for the windows. I was
Yeah.
wondering if she made it that long, just hanging out there. Like,
Well, she was really drunk. He brought her from a bar, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you don't want to do that. And she didn't listen.
yeah.
She didn't listen. She was there the next morning still.
Yeah, of
this
course.
dude's coming back from her bank again with more money for her. And I've never seen her again, but like, man, you're like, Jesus, what?
Didn't work out.
I've done it to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've done it to people. And I've actually had to put people on amends for that. I had to. Because even if they knew better, we're good when it comes to manipulating
and convincing.
and bullying and forcing people into a corner and getting what we want out of it. You know, we're horrible people in active
Look,
addiction.
I did that one time to a kid. He became just like me. Horrible, right?
Horrible.
And I carried that for life. So much so that it came out in conversation that you never got high before, you were not getting high with me.
Yeah, yeah.
I held that my whole life. I got that kid high. We were about 17. I quit smoking drugs when I was 38.
Yes.
In them fucking 21 years or whatever the fuck math is,
yeah.
because my math ain't math.
Yay, math.
I would refuse people to get. You want to get
Is
this
that kid
shit
all right?
off?
You know where to do
He's
it?
dead.
Ah, because of?
Yeah, ultimately.
Oh, jeez, man. That's a hard one to carry, man.
Yep.
But people make their own decisions. Man. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like
we
But
do
I don't
have-
gotta help you.
We do have free will.
yeah.
I don't gotta help you.
Yeah. But if I know you already did this shit,
Then let's get it popping.
Let's
We
get this
party.
train right.
partying. All right, guys.
Using that word party.
That was a good one,
Maybe
John.
we'll fucking
And thank God for Ashley not smoking crack.
Yeah, thank God for Ashley not smoking crack. Yay.
Where would Cooper be?
Where
Poor
would
Cooper.
Cooper be?
You know what I mean? Fucking poor Cooper. All right, guys. Again, follow, like, subscribe, and share. That was a what, 11?
11, baby.
Follow. 11 in the bag, in the
Forgot to
can.
do this. Follow.
Follow for the holla.
Follow it. All right, guys. Another great episode 11. Follow,
the
like,
can.
subscribe, share in the can. And thank you for being a friend.